In order to have a strong frame, you have to shut down your sense of your looking for reality outside yourself in that moment. Now, by the way, if you want to know what I do, I will go get incredible mentors who I pay money to, and then I sit there in the opposite state, which is, and it's to watch me being mentored, and then to see what I look like when I'm being mentored, and then to see me in front of a crowd is very shockingly, and it's jarringly shocking, because I will look like a little puppy dog, like scribbling down notes, nodding profusely, like kind of acting how a lot of chumps look when they talk to a girl. And I'll be doing that with my mentors, totally in their frame. I'm paying them money. I'm paying them. I want the full experience. That'd be like if you were getting a lap dance at a strip club and you're like, no. It's like, you paid for it, dude. You paid. Take the frame. She's putting on a good performance here, right? I'm trying to put on a performance here. Take it in, motherfucker, right? Like, take it in. But the thing is, like, because frame control is meant to be a service. It's not meant to control frame is meant to add value to somebody. And I don't even think that you can control frame well when you're taking value. Only little psychos can do that. But assuming you're not a psycho and you have a conscience, you're going to control frame better when you're trying to add. So if you believe that you're trying to add and you've audited it and you really are adding, you're going to exert frame more easily. Also realizing that all of society is exerting frame on us. Big pharma, big tech, big agra, big whatever, pasting their ads everywhere, putting their propaganda everywhere. One lone voice of a person who has good intentions should try to almost provide a counterbalance to all the propagandizing and bullshit in society. So don't have it to where, they're allowed to exert frame, but you can't, okay? So you have to have that in your head that you're there to help and then get clear in how you're helping by having frame. But in effect, what you're doing is you're getting to a point where you're completely present and you've turned off your thinking. All your thinking is turned off and you're just sharing. Sharing, that's it. Now, do you guys notice that even as I describe what this state is like, at home if someone were to watch a video of this, they can't hear it. But how penetrating is my voice when you're in the room? Can you even feel like boom, boom, like that? That's because the parking brake, it's not a vocal technique. If I believe that what I'm saying is not that good, it'll tighten up. But if I believe that it will help, it goes like that and it opens. That's where vocal projection actually comes from. You begin to loosen up. And also, if I know that I'm helping, I'm not going to think as much. Do you want to know why that is? Piece of gold here. Piece of gold. All this thinking, all this micromanaging, say the word micromanaging.
Micromanaging.
Thinking how you're being perceived.
Thinking how you're being perceived.
Being trapped in your head.
Being trapped in your head.
The implication of that is this. It implies you don't think you're adding anything. If you're giving someone $1 million check, are you in your head micromanaging how you look?
No. Unless your publisher's clearinghouse.
Well, there you go. Yeah, okay. But are you micromanaging and auditing? How do I look? Do I look good? Do you have approach anxiety to give someone $1 million?
No.
Okay, so all this shit of being trapped in your head and analyzing yourself is implying that you're not sure that you have value. And then you're looking at them going, do you like it? Do you like it? Okay? So I'm sitting out here in Houston, Texas. All right. And I'm doing a completely free series of events right out here in Houston, Texas. If you would like to make a lot more cash, you want to learn incredible social skills, you want to get spiritually tapped in, but more important, you want to meet me in person, you want me to build you an incredible network of like-minded people, and you want to get a ton of personal feedback, click the link below and come on out to the Texas free event series. We're going to be doing them out here in Houston. We're going to have the time of your life. Fly in for it. See you out here in Texas. So when you guys see me doing public speaking, what you're basically watching is and this is when I'm doing it well, right? We all kind of come in and out of our best moment, right? I have my highlights and lowlights like anybody. But in a highlight, when I'm better, what you'll see is my thinking really turns off. And you can feel it by the way the energy is just silky smooth, popping out. You can feel it by little pauses. Like, do you see how I pause and I just look present? Because I'm letting it arise. Say that word, let it arise.
Let it arise.
So when you're forcing something, it implies like it's kind of not good enough. But when you know you have the value, you're just present, and then it arises. So say that after me. When I know I have the value, I'm present, and it just arises. When I know I have the value, I don't question myself. I can pass a congruence test. I don't overthink. I don't have to fill up space. I don't have to think. Okay? So you'll see by a combination of these little, slow, present moments, very strong ease of holding eye contact, and what will happen is these little pauses, it's in these little pauses, guys. The pauses are massively attractive when you're building chemistry with somebody, okay? But a vacuum where you hold it, which shows that you know you have the value. The projection shows, oh, I believe in what I'm saying, so my voice is not constraining me. Now, look, I'm in day 4 of a training here, so my voice can constrain me a bit. Had that bit of that puberty sound, but that's from we did a training last week too, so it's just a lot of training. But generally, if I had even 3 days to rest of my voice will get richer, booming more, it opens up, and it's really a beautiful feeling, by the way. It's nice to be that way. But the key piece is this. Remember what I said. Air, people, sound. I'm pinging to see reality. When I know that I have the value, the pinging stops. I'm not going, hey, my name's Owen, looking for some kind of assurance. The looking for assurance stops. Then what happens is, for example, if I bring 2 people up here and I get them talking, you can see who's looking for assurance more. Then if the other person teases the other person, they're seeing who's looking for assurance more. This is why in attraction, you start talking to someone and then they give you a little test. They pull away validation or they clown you and they observe how you react. And what they're doing is they're sorting out who has a stronger frame, them or you. And they can only be led and go into a frame of somebody with a stronger frame, okay? Now, these tools, which I'll be showing you in detail, I want to show you why this is important. Now, is this everything when it comes to attraction? I don't know, maybe not everything, but it's like the foundation of absolutely everything. Okay? Obviously, everything could involve, starting conversations and generating leads and social media, but the base level thing that causes attraction to function is you have a strong frame, but guys, you can have a strong frame of anything. Because a lot of you guys in here actually have a strong frame, but of what? Negative. You got a strong negative frame, right? I have a very strong frame that I'm crap. So, so you've got to have a strong, so what does a strong frame have to be?
Positive.
Yeah, because you could have somebody come up here and over an hour convince you of how bad they are if they believe they're bad, right? So you have to have a strong frame, but your frame has to be what? I have value. Now, part of that is two things. One of it, say, I've got to sort it out in my head. Say that. Yeah, so an example of that could be most people that I meet are kind of off the rails. I'm somebody who really has it together. I think I could help them to meet their potential. I'm really good at being emotionally regulated. I think other people could benefit from some good grounding energy. I'm very fun. I'm very funny. I think they could benefit by the emotional fulfillment that I would provide. I'm somebody who likes to read and to explore. I'll probably get them reading and exploring. I'm somebody who has a good social circle. I'll probably give them access to a better social circle. Everybody here would have their own version of that. Everyone has their own version of that, okay? That's called sorting it out in your head. That's good. Definitely take a year to sort out, take a minute, but then continue to evolve over years why you have the value and get that clear in your head. Can I give a little side quest point here? Yeah. Whenever I teach motivation, I teach people, thank you, I'll grab that one for now. Or is that partly drank? No. Okay. Yeah, so what happens is, part of why people are unmotivated is they haven't thought through why they're doing what they're doing, right? So if someone says, hey, smoke the weed, what's their calculus if they've never thought through what they're doing? What's their calculus, their inner calculus? What's their inner calculus if they have never thought through why they're doing what they're doing? It's gonna feel good now. What about if they've done the calculus on what they're trying to accomplish? Are they likely to take drugs? No. Why? Yeah, so whenever I do a motivational training, I'll have you sit there for like days, literally just fleshing out exactly what you want and all the, and not just what you want, but why you want it. So the outcome, the purpose, and the action. It's actually an old school Tony Robbins focus. He called it OPA. Outcome, purpose, action. In other words, what exactly do I want? Why do I want it, the purpose, and then the actions that I have to take. So maybe you're like, look, I want to achieve this. The purpose is that it would make me feel good in all these different ways. The purpose is that it would make me not feel bad in all these different ways. And here, try to follow this. Just take this journey with me here. Take this journey with me, please. So watch this. Outcome is I want to be a millionaire. Purpose is I'd feel proud, I'd feel good, I could add to my family, I could take trips. But it's also I could avoid, not having medical help. I could avoid my kids being broke. I could avoid living in the ghetto with my kids, right? How could you go even a layer deeper than that in the web, though? If I don't live in the ghetto, I can avoid feeling this. And if I can avoid feeling this, then I can get this. If I can get good organic food for my kids, I get this. But if I had this, I could get this. And if I had this, I could get this. And if I had this, I could... Imagine you took a week to just sort that out. Imagine you spent a week doing that. Well, I did. I teach it. It's in a course called Blueprint Reloaded. Okay? So I taught that for years. Everyone's like, why are you so motivated? I'm like, well, I took my own motivational training. So, right? So what I did was I thought through why I'm doing what I'm doing and why I want to avoid the other behavior. Now, circle back now. Side quest complete. Congratulations. If you know why you're good, and if you know what you have to add because you took a couple days to think it through, then what happens is your frame will be stronger. Because what's your calculus for if you're adding value to someone that you're attracted to or someone you want to network with or build a business with? What's your calculus if you never thought that through? What's your inner calculus?
What does group think?
No, feels good.
Guys, what's your fucking inner calculus if you never thought through why you have value with someone who's attractive or someone with more money than you or someone you want to network with or make friends with? What's your inner calculus, guys? If you never thought it through, what's your inner calculus?
Social conditioning.
They're better looking than me, so I'm less valuable. They make more money than me, so I'm less valuable. They have connections that I don't have, so I'm less valuable. Now do you see why everybody sucks? Now do you see why everybody fails shit tests? Now do you see why everyone doesn't have frame? Now do you see why you talk to someone that you're intimidated by and you get intimidated? Does it make sense? You getting it? Are you getting it?
Yes.
Okay, I feel like you're not. Motivation. If you thought through what you're trying to get, all the benefits, all the features, and you spent a week thinking it through, and someone offered you drugs, what would be the calculus? It's counter to all this awesome shit I just spent a week working on and figuring out. But what if you never spent that week figuring it out? What's your calculus? If you never actively did that, what's your calculus? It feels good.
Yeah.
If you spent a week figuring out why you add value to someone and did a whole goddamn course on it, which you can just do by yourself, by the way, or with friends, I'll help you if you want. Then if you see someone better looking than you, what's your calculus?
You still have value to them.
I have these 100 things, they have this one thing. I have more value. But what if you haven't taken the time to understand why you have value? Then what's your calculus?
It's a social conditioning.
He's better.
What is your calculus if you never spent a week thinking of why you have value and they're better looking than you? They're better looking than me, therefore they're better. Now, what did we describe for the past few minutes? What are the signs if you have value? What are the signs if you have value? How does it become obvious?
Vocal projection.
Vocal projection. What else?
Ease of eye contact.
Ease of eye contact. What else related to eye contact?
Association.
There's a fucking big one. Pause. Say the word the pause. I'm telling you guys, those pauses are making you or breaking you. It's this need to fill the space, this like fidgety shit. Okay? So when you know you have the value, you're just like, boom, attraction. From a pause. That's why I don't like, at least not a total fan, of some of the older school technologies of routines. It's missing the core value and the capacity to free associate. You're not having the core value and you're not learning how to free associate. By the way, when you know that you have value, is it easy to free associate?
Yeah.
If all of you are here to learn from me, how easy is it for me to just sit here riffing if I know that I have permission?
Super easy. Simple.
It's a fucking joke, dude. Come on. It's a joke. If all you guys are like, you're the guru. You're the guru. Tell us what toilet paper you like, Mr. Guru. Well, then I'm going to have jokes for days. The toilet paper, just for me to say, tell us what toilet paper you like, Mr. Guru, requires what capacity?
Abstract thinking.
Free association. Say that.
Free association.
It's actually calorically expensive to come up with the goddamn toilet paper analogy. You guys know that? That shit burns calories, motherfucker. It burns calories for me to say, Mr. Guru, what toilet paper do you use? Why? So I go in my brain, I try to think of an analogy of showing something ridiculous and preposterous that is dumb, and then I'll be asked that when I'm the guru. And then my brain has to think of that. Does that burn calories to think of that?
Yeah.
It burns fuckloads of calories. Now, because thinking burns calories, how much does your brain burn in calories?
It's like 20%.
Yeah, and by the way, how many calories do you think I burn running a seminar? Guys, I'm not even lifting weights. I'm not doing anything physical. My whole body, like this is for a day, my cheeks are probably puffy. My face starts turning red. My body's inflamed, beyond inflamed. This is not even vocal damage. This is inflammation. This is systemic inflammation in my whole body, even in my throat. Okay, you burn, it's like you're in a goddamn marathon doing a seminar. You're burning that many calories. But guys, pause. Your brain will let you burn that many calories if it knows that the audience wants it. So you know how you're like, oh wait, I can't think of what to say to this person I'm talking to? You know why you can't think of what to say?
They don't want
Because you don't think you have the value, so your brain will not even waste the time burning the calories to come up with what to say. Okay? Yeah, thanks. I've only done this for 2.5 decades, so it's like 25 years of like, go out, go out, go out, go out, go out. And I'm like, I think something's happening here. Maybe we don't have a new routine. So, okay, so you see the idea that I'm getting at here, which is this. Basically what you have is that as you believe you have the value, free associative thinking becomes easy, but also holding a vacuum becomes easy. Watch. Look at me. This right here, that's what makes attraction. It's that little pause. Because when you don't feel that you have the value, what does your brain start doing?
Fast talk.
Self-scanning.
Yeah.
What's your brain do when you don't have the value? Why is your brain thinking too much and not just being present and just letting it arise? Okay, like the way you're supposed to do this, it's supposed to just arise. It just, what I'm doing now, am I thinking or is it just arising?
Rising.
Okay, but if I'm thinking, say the word, in your head, you're dead.
In your head, you're dead.
Okay, so it's just arising, right? So if I'm like, I have the value. If I have the value, why does my brain stop thinking if I have the value? Ho, ho, ho. Come on, boys. Someone's got it. Why does my brain stop thinking when I have the value?
You already know what you're leader.
You have safety.
You don't need to think.
I'm safe.
You're not doing
Why would I waste time thinking if I'm the leader?
Whatever you say is going to be good.
Yeah, whatever I'm going to say is going to be good. I've got the value. Thinking is for losers. The overthinking is for losers. Being is for winners. Thinking is for losers. Because right now, I'm not thinking, I'm being. And how much better is this speech going to be when I'm being, not thinking? What would this speech look like from thinking mind, not being, beingness? What would it look like? We'd have a PowerPoint. A PowerPoint. And I wouldn't be going a PowerPoint. I would look like this. Hi, guys. My name is Owen Cook. Here's the points. Point number 1 is we have the eye contact thing. Studies have shown that the eye contact thing is this, so that's really cool, and thank you. right? And you see what's happening? That's from the mind, okay? What does the guy using routines to create attraction look like? Oh, here's my routine number one, right? See that? Okay. So basically like this, okay? So your mind will become present when you know you have the value. In spiritual teaching and Zen teaching, they'd say, all are one. And when you realize that all are one, you become present. Well, what's that also, which I believe in that, but why is that also, what's that simulating? If you say there's no difference between you and the Giga Chad, then what's your brain do? Holy moly, Batman, what's your brain do when there's no gimmick between you and the Giga Chad? We're all one, from the same stardust. What's your brain do when there's no distinction between you and the Giga Chad or Elon Musk? Your brain goes, oh, well, then if I'm of that value, I can stop thinking. And you go, God, I feel so good when I recognize the one consciousness. So why don't I meditate in an ashram and clean the guru's clothing for 30 years and make him dinner? I'm just kidding. So if you knew how horrible what I just said was, you'd be like, holy shit. Do you know how fucked up what I just said was? Do you get how fucked up what I just said? Does that dawn on you what I just said? I'm leveling a pretty heavy accusation. That's like a brutal accusation.
Yeah, so you're accusing basically the people in ashrams and stuff of spiritual bypassing.
Absolutely. Yeah. I thought about, guys, I'm so into being present. I'm so obsessed with it. That's like if you guys meet me versus other teachers, the one thing everybody will say is they always keep going, his vibe, oh, he's got this vibe, right? That's not, I'm saying that not to say, oh, I'm such a great vibe. I'm saying that to point out that if you get obsessed with like Eckhart Tolle, Power of Now, Tao Te Ching, Bhagavad Gita, the Bible, all that stuff, if you just read that shit obsessively for 20 years, it's going to shift your vibe. It's not unique to me. Anybody is going to have that vibe if they read that stuff. But you think that I read all that spiritual stuff? You think I didn't consider becoming a recluse? You think I wasn't like 49.99999 of the way to just giving up all this shit and just becoming a meditator in the forest? I already spent 5 years in the forest. You think I didn't consider this? Like, how much do you think I consider just becoming a recluse? 49.9. I might even do it today. You guys don't know I'm that unhinged that I could literally, this is how unhinged I am. I could literally be like this. And you never see me again. I'm serious, dude. Because being a recluse is cheap. I don't even need the money. I go, here, sell this and pay it back to all the clients. I can pay you guys all back with one watch. So I go, here, just sell this shit, give back their money. I can walk out. I'm that close to doing it. You guys don't know that. Can you guys feel that I really could do that? Yeah. You know how they say be in the world but not of the world? Yeah. I'm here with you, but I'm not. I'm not here with you the way you're here. I'm here in a different way. I'm here from decades of that kind of training. So I'm here, you know, I'm in it for a fun time, not a long time, okay? Okay, I'm not in it the same way most people are in it, right? So I'm obsessed with being present. You don't think I thought of fucking joining an ashram or just going in nature and being like Thoreau? You think I didn't think of that? You think that even though I'm out here yelling and screaming a lot, you think I didn't think that? The only thing that kept me here was Jesus, by the way. When I saw that he said it was a spiritual imperative to fight the system that is keeping people asleep. That's the only reason I'm here. No other reason. Because you don't need money to be a recluse. Guys, you only need 2-3 mil and you can say, fuck y'all, and you can live comfortably as a recluse. Very comfortably. So what you'll learn is presence feels better than having stuff. It's that important. Presence feels better than sex. Presence feels better than having stuff. It's more important than anything. But what I realize is that you can never become truly present without some kind of reality because they're lying to themselves. They're fucking liars. I studied, I watched, and because guys, we only have this life in front of us that we know for sure, right? So I'm like, I felt like a gun in my head. I'm like, do I become a recluse? Do I do business? Do I do seminar? Like, what do I do? Like, I felt pressure. I'm like, what's the right choice? I felt real pressure because I'm not seeing it how other people are seeing it through social conditioning where it's like, oh, like I'm supposed to get a 9 to 5 and get retired and like, fuck all that. I don't give a fuck about that. So I was under a lot of pressure to decide what to do because I'm thinking for myself and I have the money to retire. So I'm under pressure. And why did I not become just a recluse being present? It's because of what I just said. Because I realized that if you just go, we're all the same stardust, what it's doing is it's eliciting a feeling of presence that really should be earned to some extent. Okay? Because if you've actually sorted it out, let's circle back. If you've actually sorted it out properly that you have value, you'll also become present. The spiritual thing is just a way to bypass that sorting by giving you another alternative explanation, which is we're all stardust, we're all one, we are all the same, blah, 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 we'll be reincarnated, so even death doesn't matter, blah, 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 blah. Even though probably most of these people have no way to know that for sure. Look at how they'll go on Instagram. They'll go, then in your next life, you'll be like this. How do you know, motherfucker? What, you talk to a pink bunny? What, you learn it while you're on DMT? Does the machine now sell you? What'd you learn? Like, you expect me just to eat this because you're sure of it? You want me to be in your frame? Go ahead.
Yeah, but I also think that there's guys who take this path really deep. Like you have a friend, Frank Yang, for example, and you have these guys like Alishanti.
Yep.
And they do look like they actually have the presence.
But how much action does Frank take?
Well, I don't know for sure.
Y'all have seen videos of me out with Frank doing our thing.
Yeah.
Right? These guys are taking some action. So that's what I'm saying is that there's a path of action. Now,
I'm saying like there's 0.0001% of those guys.
yeah, and I know them. And I go out with them. Well, Frank,
Yeah.
you ever seen the video of me and Frank out crushing it?
I think so, yeah.
Bro, there's a badass video of me and Frank out crushing it, bro. It's awesome. It's really, okay, it's so good. I can't believe you haven't seen that. But anyway, it's like legit, bro. It's a whole night out of me and Frank. But it's, it's my boy Frank King.
Or was it taken down?
What do you think, bro?
Okay. Then I can see it.
You're going to have a lot of fun when you find that one. So anyway, okay, look. Yeah, dude, it's a fun one. Can you imagine everything I could have created if I was allowed to? Oh my God, it'd be fun. Anyway, sorry guys. So, okay, so look, that was kind of what I was going to get to next. Okay, that's actually, so I like your timing. So on one level, how do we become present? Come on, guys. This is why you're not rich, because I told you the fucking answer. Why would you become present? I told you a minute ago. I fucking told you. Okay, why would you be motivated? How do you get motivated? You get motivated by taking a fucking week to sort out what you fucking want, exactly what you want in detail, and the reasons and the emotions of why you do it, and then your inner calculus becomes all this awesome shit versus the drugs. It changes your inner calculus. It changes how you're calculating the cost benefit, okay? If you don't sort out your value for a little while, and you talk to someone who's hotter than you, what's the default calculus?
They're hotter than me.
They're hotter than me, which then means your feeling of value is what? Lower. Okay? So what's that mean you have to do? What do you have to do?
Think you're the shit.
What do you, but how do you think you're the shit? You think you're the shit by taking a week to sort out your fucking value and what you had to add. And you got to start to get serious about it, okay? And then when you do that, I'm present. Oh, I take vacuum pauses that create multi-attraction. Oh, I have a strong frame that creates multi-attraction.
Do you do
But
that
things
regularly?
are changing. So things are changing. So we lose our mind, we get old, we get shitty. And what are those things in terms of...
I did not understand anything you said.
Oh, okay. So like the world is shifting.
Make it good, bro, and make it quick.
Yeah. All the things that we can consider value are temporary, inevitably. Maybe passive income would be
Yep.
an exception.
Okay, here's the power of too smart for your own good. All right. Learn the power of just delusion, okay? Like, does it really matter, end of the day, that a guy who goes, what's he doing? Because I can do this, I'm the shit. Because I can do this, I'm the shit. Because I go, okay, I'm the shit. Because I go, yeah, I'm the shit. Pause and think of the depth of what we just said here. A rapper or a musician just goes, hey, hey. Watch what he did. Watch what he did. Unlike a provider who's like, I must have a house. I must have a car. I must be gentleman. all these really, really hard criteria to meet. He just goes, if I go, hey, hey, like that, and they're winning, because they're doing that, they grab frame, and they're 100 times more attractive than a provider. And that's why they're drug addicts of them. They're drug addicts of people like this. Crackheads. Because it's too good, it feels good. They're like, oh, I like that one. I like that one where I can be in his frame because he just goes, hey, and I'm in his frame because they just want to be in frame. They just want to be in frame. That's why they love concerts. They're like, Bad Bunny concert. Oh my God, it's Bad Bunny. Oh, it's the bunny. It's the bunny man. And then Bad Bunny's like, yeah, yeah. What's the name of Bad Bunny? I don't even know his songs. What's the name of Bad Bunny's song? Come on, help me out here.
New York.
New York. Okay, come on, what's the name of the song? What's that?
Nueva York.
Where are you? What's that?
Nueva York.
Nueva York. Nueva York. And then what are the girls doing? Nueva York. Nueva, right? And then they look over and their boyfriend's like, Nueva York. Like, right? Now he's in the dude's frame, which makes him even more attractive. Okay? So he cut the criteria, collapsed it, and mega frame. Right? You'll never get to full frame without some delusion. You can't. Because Bad Bunny, what's Bad Bunny offer? Mega yo. Is that the name of the song? Nueva York. How can you compete with that? If all I got to do is go, Nueva York, and then everyone's like, yeah, like that, you can't compete. That's all they're doing, guys. And they do it with rhythm. Nueva York, 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 Nueva York. How good would that go? How good would that work if I took that to the club? Do it. Do it tonight. Watch what happens. Oh my God, you're so funny. Okay? And all these dumb fucks, these stupid dumb fucks are like, looks money, you dumb fuck, you stupid dumb fuck. You dumb stupid fuck. You dumb stupid fuck. Brainwashing millions of people because they have no actual skill, but they want to be a guru, so they give the fake information. They go, I don't know, it's probably common sense, looks at money, because they don't know what fucking frame is. They don't know fucking frame, okay? But let me ask you a question. For the average guy, he could learn frame 2 of 10 in about 18 months. Is he really gonna be a jacked 6'2" guy in a Bugatti? And I like that guy, but the point is like, in a Bugatti, okay? I'm not hating, but let's be real. Anyone here, because see, these teachers don't meet their students. I do. I'm demanding of people. When you see me doing videos, I'm with the people, okay? I'm with the people. I'm either in a bar and club with the people, or I'm in a room with the people. I'm with the fucking people, okay? So I'm not isolating myself and then going, you need this, you need that, because they're just saying it, but they don't meet their students. In reality, most of you are not gonna have a Ferrari collection by the end of the year. In reality, most of you here, even if you lifted weights without steroids, you won't have that good of a physique, okay? You have a good physique, but it's not gonna be that good. Look, we had our boy here, he was getting his physique and he blew his arm out. Had to go to the hospital. You see it? He was in pain. So all I'm saying is this, you could get to 10 frame by the end of today. That dumb dance I did, you could learn that by the end of today. Maybe faster than me. But what you can't likely do is become a multi-millionaire by the end of the day. Let's not argue about this. Let's not spend a lot of time on this. Okay. So basically what you have is this, okay? You've got it to where you can learn frame quickly. How do you do it? Mega yo. Oh yes, it's a mega yo. It's a mega yo. Hello. I am mega yo. The Bad Bunny. Bunky. Okay, what'll happen if you act like that when you're out socializing?
People would love it.
Yeah, they go, I'm back. I'm back. Okay? So, okay? Watch, motherfucker, watch me, okay? Watch. So, do you guys see how my framing gets to amplify the longer I go? That's from years of going out. I started at 9 p.m. By 2, it's like, okay? That's why I experience, okay? So what I'm doing is I am pinging less. I'm not pinging you for if it's good. But in a way, I'm kind of steamrolling you. Do you guys see I'm kind of steamrolling you? None of y'all gonna say shit. Maggie, yo, what? What? Okay? You're just responding. You're just responding. Hey! Give me that look, boy. Okay? And how good would that work? Come on, tell me, how good would that work if you did that? Okay? Yo, that's gold right there, okay? But it's gold. Try it. Go out and try it. Compare that to like the average guy. I like a walk on the beach. I have a good job. Okay, the average chump, okay? No swag. But notice, so what I'm easing into, say the word cause, not the effect. So as I am more and more at the cause, I'm exerting frame. Because, by the way, to look at the way that I'm acting, right? I'm an academic from Queen's University. Okay, so I come from like an Ivy League type school. Do I look like a motherfucker from an Ivy League school? Or do I look like a coke dealer? Okay, so as an academic, if you're an intelligent person, what should be the criteria by which you judge your understanding of something? Should it be that you had a notepad and you watched someone with a strong frame and social results and you wrote down a study? Or should it be internalization?
Internalization.
You should have internalized it, okay? So when you go out, it's a crazy environment. You guys all know that, right? In here, this looks nuts. But out there in the chaos, in a social environment, like a Vegas club, like this here in here looks crazy. In a Vegas club, it's like, oh my God, your beard, ah! Like, you know, it's a different mode, right? Peacocking looks crazy in a day environment at nighttime. When you don't have that, you're actually at a disadvantage. You don't need it because your personality can be a peacock. You don't need it, but it's a disadvantage, okay? So, in effect, what I've done here is I'm just showing you internalized frame for what's called a hyper-simulated environment. Say the word hyper-simulated environment. Hyper-simulated. Yeah, so you've got chaos, competing stimulus, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and then you start exerting frame. Now, do you guys see how I'm not pinging you and I'm just in my frame? Yes. Now, funny enough, as I begin to exert frame and more people fall into my frame, actually that reinforces my frame. And this is why on a good night out, you found that you had better responses, and what would happen to your frame?
Stronger.
Winner effect, up and up and up.
You guys want another gold nugget?
Yeah.
I got a gold nugget. What will begin to happen is progress in social results goes like this. It tends to do this. Why? Because what happens is you're starting off by kicking like a motorcycle. Right? You're starting the engine, okay? From nothing. Call that a cold start. So a cold start is like you walk out and no one's in your frame at all because you're not the guru in a room like this. Guys, why I can control frame in a room full of fans is because I'm cold starting in a room of non-fans. I'm cold starting in a room of people who are potentially hostile. Unless they like that ginger dwarfing, man. They're not. I'm not exactly what. I am not the droid they're looking for. Okay? I am not the droid they're looking for. Okay? So, notice the added caloric burn to find the droid thing. Okay? As we get unsiphoned. So, okay? Because it just sounds like a dumb joke, but it takes brain power to think of dumb jokes. There's an intelligence behind the dumbness. Now, so what happens is I'm cold starting having no frame. So my frame has to be strong enough to withstand counter frames that I suck. Okay? And let's say I have an interaction that doesn't go anywhere. What's my frame with an interaction that doesn't go anywhere? Anyone remember? Come on, remember. What is it, boys? What is it? Yeah. Say it again. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay. And then what do we say after the 1,000 out of 10? Oh, yeah. Come on, again. All right, okay. So, who the fuck would have the balls to do that, okay? So now, look what say the word active state control. Active state control. Notice the commonality between active state control, active motivation control, and active frame control. So think of it this way, right? What is the calculus if we don't spend a week auditing what motivates us? What's the calculus?
We'll ping externally.
What's the calculus if we don't spend a week learning what motivates us or doesn't?
Drugs.
You become it's just how you feel. Say that.
It's how you feel.
Okay, because look, if you didn't spend a week figuring out why you're doing what you're doing, and then something feels good, even if it's self-destructive, what's the calculus?
It's gonna feel good now.
Come on, man. What's the calculus, bro? Brother, what's the calculus? What's the calculus? You're just in a trance, dude. I gotta take you out of trance. That's how deep in frame he is. He's just, I will do whatever you say. You wonder how this crazy shit happens. Okay, so what's the calculus? If all that I do, if I've never studied why I'm doing what if I don't take a week to study why I'm doing what I'm doing, and then something would feel good even if it will hurt me, what's the calculus?
Just do whatever they.
What's the cost-benefit analysis, aka calculus? So say that you put in front of me some drugs and I'd feel good, and I never took a week to think about why I shouldn't do drugs. Then what am I gonna do?
Just do a drug again.
Okay, likewise, if I have frame, if I'm controlling frame, and someone has a stronger frame, and someone's better looking than me, and I didn't take a week, if I didn't take a week to think about why I'm also good and what I have is worth more than looks, then what's the calculus if I'm talking to someone better looking than me?
Feeling like shit. Yeah.
What's the calculus if someone's better looking than me?
I feel like they're like I'm not as good.
As good, right? Got it?
Yeah.
If you never learned how to think about a cold approach and a rejection, then what's the calculus if you have a rejection?
Sorry.
You are. I'm not good enough.
What's it mean? If you didn't take a week to think about what it means, then what's it mean?
You don't deserve
You're not good enough.
Means that you suck.
Yeah.
But what if your calculus was momentum is built throughout a night, momentum is built throughout a week, momentum is built throughout a month, a year, and a lifetime? What if that's part of your calculus? Then how do you view a social interaction that didn't go the way you wanted? Then how would you view it? Okay, what if your calculus is every single interaction I have is a brick in my palace and it's a part of a social experiment lab and I can only learn from reference experiences? Then what is the calculus on rejection? Then what is the calculus on rejection? If you get a rejection, what does your brain tell you if you say, the world is my social experiment lab, I'm just getting feedback about what works and what doesn't, I'm in this for the long haul to learn about what works and what doesn't, field experience is king, I've got to get more field experience, this is giving me field experiences, this is giving me reference experiences, and I had a rejection. What's the calculus in your brain now? How do you interpret a rejection? How do you interpret a rejection when you believe all that?
Well, it doesn't matter because I have value.
It doesn't matter because I'm getting field experience. Field experience is king. I need reference experiences. The world's a social experiment lab. If you view it that way, plus that you're gaining momentum, then how do you feel about a rejection? Then how do you feel about a rejection if you see it as a social experiment, reference experiences, and momentum builder? How do you see a rejection?
Experience.
You see it as good.
Positive.
All upside.
You see it as positive. Are you following?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, so if I've never taken a week to think about what a rejection means, and I get rejected, what is the default calculus? Dude walks up to a girl, gets rejected. What's he think?
He sucks
Why?
because he just got rejected.
Yes, but what if what he thinks is the world's a social experiment lab? I'm getting momentum. I'm getting momentum throughout a night, a week, a lifetime. You need reference experience. I'm getting reference experiences. I'm building iciness towards rejections. Then how's he feel about a rejection?
He doesn't care, but it's experience. He's just learning.
No, I'd even take it further than he doesn't care.
It's a win.
What would he take it as? It's not just he doesn't care. I'd say something even better than that. He's getting momentum. He's getting lessons. He's experimenting, right? So what's he getting?
Lessons.
Yeah. Give him a hand. Give him a hand.
Yeah.
Just making sure you're following. Right? I love you. I love you. I'm trying to help you. Okay. Okay. So what I'm showing is the reason why the population is so asleep in part is they've never thought about what a rejection means to them. They've never thought about what motivation means to them. They've never thought about what value they have. They've never taken the time to do that, okay? Notice the commonality here in anything in personal growth is that you sit down for a while and just think. That's it. Can I give you one last piece about, and I'll get to you in a sec. Can I give you one last piece of just thinking? I plan my schedule 2 years in advance, and I plan how everything is synergistic with everything else, and I could do like 100 things. I do this, and like the dominoes fucking fall through the universe. Okay, so if you even take a month, my average schedule planning is 1 to 2 months, 8 hours a day. 8 hours a day of scheduling. Why? Because this is so good. Say this word after me. What else?
What else?
Say it louder, man. Say it fucking louder. Oh my God, say it louder.
What else?
Okay, because like, go to work and check. Okay. No. Even a simple example from that would be a very, very rudimentary would be audible on the way to work. Say audible on the way to work. Audible is like audiobooks, right? Yeah. Not some bullshit. What do you default to on the way to work if you don't think through what you're trying to accomplish? What will you default to? What will you if you never thought about how to do what else? Okay, say the word multiple ROIs. Okay, you know you can't get rich without multiple ROIs, right? You can't get rich just to be like work check, dup, work check, check. Okay, so the way that you get rich is you do this one thing, but all this other shit starts happening. Okay? So let's dumb it down. Lowest level of this. You go to work. How could you get more ROI on the process of driving to work and being at work and driving home? How could you get more return on investment? You tell me.
Well, I usually the way I do is I listen to videos.
Great. Is it educational videos? Yes. Okay. Also, why is an audiobook good? Many ROI. But why is a like a long form video like mine or an audiobook better than this?
Trains your focus.
Trains your focus. What am I even doing here in a long form speech like this? Say the word focus entrainment. Okay, so focus entrainment. So on the way to work, you'd read an audiobook. How many audiobooks a year could you read if you just would do that on the way to and from work? Maybe 10 or 15 extra. Okay? Then what would you do at work to get more ROI if you got a shitty ass job? Actually, focus entrainment. Same answer, okay? Focus entrainment. So what you do is you're like, fuck, I'm stuck here in jail. Look, if you're in jail, what do? Push-ups, meditate, read, right? You're in jail, right? So if you're in work, which is like a jail, then what do? You're like, this is what you do. Watch this. Welcome to McDonald's, sir. How may I help you? You're practicing your voice for 8 hours a day. You're practicing your eye contact for 8 hours a day. You're practicing focus for 8 hours a day. Look, I'm not saying it's great. Sometimes you're working with what you're working with, right? You gotta start somewhere, baby. Gotta start somewhere. So now you're doing audiobooks. You might even sneak an audiobook in your ear the whole fucking day. So you're learning the whole fucking day, right? You gotta be, look, I hate to say it, but like, you think I would just be like, welcome to McDonald's? No, I'd have fucking audiobooks pumping, okay? Then what you could do is maybe see if you get a tip. See if you could charm them into giving you a tip. You know what else you could do? You could try to make the clients laugh. Look, just like going on socializing, you're working on humor, you could work on making your clients laugh. Maybe work on getting them to give you a tip. What else could you do if you worked at McDonald's? Maybe you'd practice upselling them, supersize me, baby, right? Okay, practice that. What else could you do?
Practicing being present.
What's that, brother?
Practicing being present.
Practicing being present. Massive. Spiritual training, baby. McDonald's. Yes. What else?
Get leads.
Yeah, maybe you could even make some contacts there out of all the people driving through, okay? So the reason it takes me 2 to 3 months, average 2 to 3 weeks, but sometimes up to 2 to 3 months to do a schedule, what am I doing when I'm spending 2 to 3 weeks? What do we default to if we don't do a proper schedule?
Netflix.
Bullshit, okay? But imagine if you took your schedule and you're like, I'm gonna drive to here, but all these things will happen. But what do you keep asking yourself as you're spending 2 months working on your schedule? What's the question? What's the fucking question? What is it? Oh, come on. Give it to me. Give it to me. Oh, okay. So, yeah, so what else, okay? So you keep asking yourself what else again and again and again and again, and you just keep saying, how the fuck can I get multiple ROIs on this shit, okay? So you always gotta be thinking, multiple You had a quick question, but I want to keep it very quick. I might not answer.
About the frame before. So
Okay.
basically you said that Little John has like infinite frame because he's just in frame for waving his arm.
Okay.
But you're
What?
But you were saying also like we have to start in our mind, okay, why we have the value.
I'm saying there's layers.
Okay.
And that's what I'm getting at. You got your first layer of defense, second layer of defense, third layer of defense, fourth layer of defense, fifth layer of defense, okay? So in other words, what you do is on one level, because your brain is probably not ready to transcend yet, okay? If you can go, and transcend, great for you, bro. Great job. Yeah, and none of us are, right? So that's layer one. But eventually, here's the rub. This is so fucked. You can train frame off just frame strengthening exercises.
I didn't get it. Say it again.
You can train frame just by consciously training your frame. Okay?
What does it mean? How does it materialize?
Watch. Sit up.
How does it
Sit up. Hold frame. You're a dick. You're a piece of garbage. You're crap. I hate you. You're trash. You're garbage. Okay, sit. Okay, you know I love you. I love you. Okay? That's frame testing. If he can do that, and rather than I was doing it nice because I'm also, don't want you guys to think I'm a bully, but if I can do, because people clip this shit, they frame me as a bully, and I'm just trying to help them to be stronger. So the thing is, if I do that to you, okay, and I love you, okay, so if I can do that to you, and you can hold that that's not true, that's actually calorically expensive.
You're gay.
Let's keep those slurs to a minute. Okay, I was like, okay. It's calorically expensive because your brain. Why do we like the group think? Oh, you like it. Why do we like it? Okay, why do we like it? What's that? Because you're outsourcing to think. It saves motherfucking calories, y'all. It saves fucking calories, and it makes you kind of safe because the group thinks it, so I'm safe if I just align to their beliefs. Even if their beliefs are wrong. They could have wrong beliefs, but I'll just stay safe. Stay safe. As we learned in 2020, gotta stay safe. So what happens is, if you are always in your own frame, it's exhausting at first. It's fucking tiring, bro. Like, the shit's exhausting. But you ever seen a marathon runner? They just run and run and run. If someone who's been seeing the world through their own eyes and not using the group think that often, unless they willfully do so in a mentorship or a selected influence like a book, someone who's been in that mode for years is like a marathon runner, but for mental strength. Their synaptic pathways have grown. They're like, oh shit, gotta grow. So synaptic pathways start growing, neurons start firing better. You kind of become the opposite of Alzheimer's in a way, right? People, they get Alzheimer's. I'm sure there's a lot of nutritional reasons and genetic reasons, but some of it is also just, they don't engage their mind that much anymore as they get older. They get kind of calcified, like, oh, just go to work, right? And so their brain just atrophies. So the more frequent that you think for yourself, the better. So as good as it is to be like, I should know why I'm good, so that your frame, like I should know why I have value by taking a week to think about it. The layer past that is consciously strengthening frame.
And we do that by going out as well.
Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you fucking do. Okay, so now your frame gets psycho because you've thought through why you have value, but then you're like, wait a minute, what if I don't even need value? What if I don't even need fucking value? Yep.
Maybe you can confirm this for
Yeah.
all of us.
For sure.
It seems that this mental strength, there is almost no limit to that compared to physical strength when you're training. Is that true or not?
I don't know,
No.
but I'm saying yes. Yeah. Fuck yeah, no limit. Say it, no limit. No limit. Yeah, I'll take it. I don't know. Yes. Okay. So yeah, but you guys see, what do you guys notice about all the people? It's not just me who. Yeah. Go ahead.
Can
Go
I
ahead.
just
What
ask
is it?
another question?
Yes.
Really
Tell me.
quick?
Tell me.
So basically, when we're auditing our values, I try actually going through the exercises of some of your individual.
Okay. Keep it quick.
Okay, basically, your change in states is like your memories are state access dependent.
Yep.
As you said. So sometimes my goals and my values kind of change depending on how I feel.
Yeah.
And how do I know like this is the? Because when I'm in close-knit, for example.
Yeah.
Like I know, okay, this is me. But like some other days I feel shitty and I'll try to make my.
Yeah, but see, isn't that so cool that like the video game of life is so layered and nuanced and complex that it is like that. Like breathing is boring because you go and you don't even feel it, right? But real confidence when you get tested, like when you're down, when you're kind of down and out, is so gangster because like you feel yourself getting beaten down, like, oh, I got rejected or this happened or that happened or some other bullshit happened. And then you're like, no, right? I'll rise. And it's powerful. And what happens is when you can pole vault off a really bad situation, your frame goes to the next level. Oh, it's good. It's good. Oh, it's good. It's addictive. It's like a drug. So
Is there a layer
it's like,
delusion?
well, according to spiritual gurus, they would say direct access to the source, but this is where it gets interesting, right? And this is what we're not allowed to talk about. The truth that we're not allowed to talk about with a lot of spiritual teachers is we don't know if it's just a cult. Because it's true. It's just, we're not allowed to say it. Because they'll be like, direct thing to the divine. It's like, well, how do you know, Stuart? Right? Right? Look, there's a million gurus on Instagram, like, then you will have direct access to the divine. It's like, come on, Karen. Like, come on, Jenny. Right? How do you know that? Like, then you'll be reincarnated. How do you know, bitch? Okay, how the fuck do you know? So, so I can share what my insights come from. I can tell you the experiences that I have that led me to believe what I believe, but that doesn't mean that I by default believe it. And a lot of Christians don't like me for this because I love Christianity. I'm like resonating with that shit heavy. But the thing is, like heavy. But the thing is, I'm not like another one who's like, Jesus, my Lord and Savior, I want to have it, like all that shit. And then they're like, no, do it like that. Do it that way. Do it that way. Right? They want the cult version. There's the cult version and then the version where you actually went into the content deeply. Two different versions. And a lot of people, the most beautiful spiritual teachings and elevated teachings are surrounded by layers to prevent someone from learning it. So when you guys see someone on the street going, Jesus is my Lord and Savior, does that make you want to read the Bible or want to not read the Bible? No. Yeah, so what happens is, in my view, the devil, as we should call it, literally creates people like that to drive people away from God. But then if you try to reason with them, it's like trying to reason with a far leftist left-winger who's like, I believe in Kamala, right? Like Kamala. So it's Kamala. So it's you're dealing with someone who's programmed. The awareness is shut down, the opening is shut down, and they're just like that. By the way, you want the real crazy shit? Here's some. Okay, here's what actually happens. Okay, in my view, I don't know how yours think about this shit. Okay, maybe I'm wrong, but I think this. So this is like if you had a hard time following the other shit, get ready to have a really hard time following this. Okay, so, all right. I've given this analogy. I'm going to take a little deeper. Okay, so heroin. Okay, say that you can get heroin, right? Now, to get heroin, you need to cop the dope and shoot it, right? So how much of an interruption is that to your dope supply loop? It's something. Come on, guys. Having to cop it, having to shoot it. Yeah. Find your little bathroom or alley.
A few minutes.
It takes, but it's significant, right? Yeah. Not really hard, but it is hard. Yeah. It's a whole lifestyle for him, right? What if you could just go heroin? What would start to happen over time? What you'd see people that go.
You need bigger doses.
No, you ever seen these people like, this is one fucking drug, I don't know the one, where they sit there on the street like this. Is that fentanyl? Is that called the fentanyl like slouch or something? The fentanyl fold? But this is like a thing, guys. The fentanyl. Fentanyl. Yeah, they go, oh, you'll see, dude, you go down the street. They're like this. I remember I was with my buddy Matt, and we see this person like this, and he goes, yo, I think he said fentanyl. He goes, yo, that's fentanyl. I go, how do you know? He's like, it makes them fold over. I'm like, no, are you serious, bro? Yo, this is apparently a real thing. I don't know. I looked it up. I chat GPT'd it. I was like, no way. Imagine you do that. You're like you willfully are like, I don't know, how do you take fentanyl? You shoot it or something?
They think they're outstanding.
Okay, well, whatever it is, right? Okay, how do you take it? How do you take fentanyl? Okay, you shoot it. Imagine you're like as just a part of your day, you're like, and you're like, oh yeah, right? What the fuck? Okay, so anyway, I'm Mina. So basically, so they would just be like that, right? Now, what if they could have that by a thought? They could just simulate heroin by a thought. Then what would they look like?
They're wire heading and just
they go.
on the floor.
What would the thought be? Right? Say the word flywheel. Flywheel. What is a flywheel? What is a flywheel? What's a fucking flywheel? What is it?
All the different connections.
Okay. A flywheel is a wheel that speeds up on its own momentum. Say that. It's a wheel that speeds up on its own momentum. So by its own motion, it's hit this weird spot where its own motion makes it go faster. So you'd go heroin, right? You do full heroin. It's like when you cross artificial superintelligence is building off its own momentum at a certain point, right? So basically, I don't know if I got that right, but hey, I don't know enough about it. Is it kind of like that? Okay. So get shoving. Just got me having frame. Okay. So okay. I am the AI expert. Okay. So basically what you have is like it's building off its own momentum. This is why you don't do drugs are bad, okay? Because what can happen is you can initiate that flywheel. You're fucked. You're fucking fucked. It'll take over your brain to where all that you can even see is the pathway to drugs. You can't see anything discernment-wise outside of getting the drug or what would lead to the drug. Okay, so say this after me. Can't see reality correctly? Lose access to your own will. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So what happens is if you don't have independent access to a transcendent state, then you're ultimately a puppet because what happens is all that if you actually talk to like hardcore drug users, they just want the drug. Anything outside of it, they ignore. That same effect quoted by Gabor Mate in the realm of hungry ghosts, what he explains is we actually can be drug addicts on regular things. People can get like that for ego. They can get like that for shopping. The same effect happens. And it's a way to stay asleep, and it's a way to deny God. It's a way to deny being present to the moment. Do you guys have any friends who are kind of like cocky and they have a strong frame, but anything outside their frame they ignore, and all that they can do is think they're status driven? People with the NPD kind of have that, right? It's same kind of idea. So they just kind of blank out and they're in this like flywheel, right? So the flywheel is actually this is kind of crazy, guys. It's a little death before death. Their core self actually withers away. And if their core self is gone for too long, most psychologists believe that it's housed in this like tomb, and that the actual core self that you were died. And psychologists believe this. That means that people are walking around as a automaton. It's just neural networks firing. They're asleep. They're zombies. They're asleep. So that's why you don't want to fuck with drugs, because your own core can get kicked out of the house. It's like you rented your house to some random stranger. They kept the keys, they lock you out, and now you're out here, you're like, oh, you're like in the sunken place. Like in that movie, Get Out, right? You're in the sunken place, right? You're like in the bottom of your brain, and you're watching the thing happen. You're like, ah! For some of you guys even in here, because statistically some of you have it, there's literally some little core baby self underneath watching all this, like, please let me out. You don't even know it. It's doing it unconsciously, you can't hear it. That's crazy, dude. That means that when you're walking around, people are like that. That parasitic consciousness happens within religious cults where they're full programmed and can't get out. But what you guys don't understand is that modern leftist politics use the same tactics to put part of their audience asleep, where they literally have but the right's done it in the past too, and they could even do it again. Notice that the right wing was suddenly pro-cancel culture on Kimmel. Oh, I get it, there's a reason why. Except you sound exactly like what the left sounded like 3 years ago. But okay, bravo for self-awareness. And I thought what Kimmel said was shit, and I don't even like the guy whatsoever. But the point is, I'm not gonna start talking like I'm a leftist. So, like, no self-awareness at all, because they're just in the cult. It actually showed how much in the cult they are. So basically what you have is, now we go back to your question. So what's the layer past sorting out your frame, your value, and past frame exercises? What is it? Say the word awakening.
Awakening.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck, man. Fucking A. Dylan, come on and see, buddy. Okay, so fucking A, dude, right? That's called awakening. So that is why what I'm always doing is I'm looking for little exercises that I can do to help achieve that awakening, okay? But I don't come at awakening the way that a lot of traditional people do, where they go, then you meditate, then you pray, then awaken, because I haven't seen the results. I haven't seen, personally, people that I'm like, wow, I really look up to that awakening. Like, I just don't see it. I don't see the free flowing. I don't see that energy movement. I don't see that gaining energy from work. I don't see that expansive thinking, that free associativeness, that emanating like the sun vibe. But you know where I saw it the most? Christianity. I actually saw that the most in Christianity, but not the cultist version. Not the cultist version where you go, Jesus, Lord and Savior. I saw it when I read it with my own eyes. And that's what I took from it. Particularly Jesus saying that the religious, the Pharisees are actively, they're LARPing or cosplaying as spiritual people, but actually disconnecting people from God. To the point that then, from that cult parasitic position, they killed him. And people chose to kill him when they could have let him go. Because the parasite wants to keep the host asleep, and that is a parasitic consciousness which aims to spread. Okay, the parasitic consciousness spreads, and so the minions become the Agent Smiths from the Matrix to keep everybody asleep, and the religious elites or our current societal oligarchs seek to keep people asleep. Okay? Now, how did I figure all this out? You might want to know. You guys ever wonder, like, where's this shit come from? You ever wonder that? You want to know?
Sure. Yes.
You actually want to know?
Yes.
I'll tell you where it came from. No? That's a great movie. Here's how I figured it out, okay? I'll tell you how I figured it out. The Matrix doesn't hurt, but let me tell you how I figured it out. So what I did was I did flow state based activities for several decades, okay? So I'm accessing a flow state by going out socializing all the time. I'm accessing a flow state from public speaking. That allowed me to get my frame back contained as opposed to outsourced, okay? So that allowed me to start thinking a little bit more and began to exercise my brain. Taking a rejection and saying 1,000 out of 10 exercises your brain. Being insulted and not letting it affect you, exercise your brain. Being cast as the bad guy in 2005's best-selling book in the world on Amazon, test your frame. Being cast as the bad guy in 2014 and Julian all that stuff, that tests your frame. Being called shit in many other fabricated YouTube videos or even of ex-friends of yours will test your frame. So, being rejected more than probably all of you combined by 1,000x will test your frame. Doing frame building exercises will test your frame. So I had all my frame tested. Then what I did was from all these flow state activities, I got into meditation at age 26, and I had this weird like Satori-like experience, and that was cool. But then what I also did was to cap all that off, I spent half a decade in nature. Now that's its own story, and I'll spare you that today. But can you imagine being me in nature, and literally I'm like, I will do a channeled work, which like, I'm just being like a little crazy at that point, being a little silly. But the point is, I'm like, I'm gonna go in nature, and I'm gonna sit out here and face the infinite nature of who we all are, but the insignificant nature of who we all are at the same time, because that's what nature does. Nature is a paradox because it causes you to see what you are a part of, but also how insignificant you individually are. Okay, so you're like, wait, I'm a part of this. I am this. But in a way, I'm also insignificant to it as an ego. The energy, follow this, the energy of life from God. And God, you can even be an atheist and believe it, because it's the energy of source. Even as an atheist, you can believe that. The energy of life that built this, all this, when you're sitting in some beautiful mountain somewhere, I'm part of that. But my one individual ego is insignificant in this. So what does that experience in nature do as far as drawing out the consciousness? What's it draw the consciousness into when you're in nature? When from the right frame. If you're experiencing it in the correct way with the right intention. What does it do to your consciousness?
Very high.
Your consciousness realizes this ego is silly. I want to identify as part of that. So it draws out the consciousness, okay? So basically what you have is that in nature, if you have those layers of you've worked on your own frame, you've worked on frame building exercises, and now you're getting more tapped in and getting more to source, then what happens is it draws the consciousness into source. And then what starts to happen is you're actually imbibing the energy of nature. That is actually having an effect on you as opposed to the city, which is shit, okay? And then draws you to the next epiphany. So what happened for me was in nature, I went into nature for half a decade with the intention to create something beautiful and to ponder and to philosophize and to think and to be present and kind of see what arose. And so all these various epiphanies that I talk about, I had to stop working for 5 years to go into nature to be able to bring them back. That's a pretty committed little guru cartoon character, isn't it? Okay? I'm quite the little cartoon, right? Like how much more of a cliche can I be like, I went into nature, I went to the mountain. Like that's like a fucking clownish cartoon. But I am that. So if I'm not that, then I don't know what I am. So what I'm showing you here is there's ways to gain the superpowers. Got it, guys? There's ways to gain the superpowers. They are available, and not just with an AI chip, but most humans will take the AI chip before they even learn about all this, and they'll take it as a kind of a substitute, and then they'll never achieve their awakening, and their soul stays where? Here. Their soul stays here. It's a trap. It's a trap, guys. You're in the trap. But people won't know that, and they'll view it as a death cult if you actually are excited to be dead someday, not to just be stuck here forever, okay? But they'll see it that way, okay? So the Christian message will go even deeper by that point. It's prophetic. Now, last thing I want to get at. So the pathway to getting this. What I'd say is you start with things that will challenge your frame. You start with things that allow you to access harder things, okay? So what I'd say is what you want to do is you want to look for the following things. Can any of you guys just become a Harvard doctor right out the gate? No. Can you cold start as a Harvard doctor? Do you remember I said that the way that people have unlimited money is they have some kind of a float, and then they can live off the float because of interest and investments, etc.? Yes. Well, how do you get to the point that you get the float? How do you get the float?
No gatekeeper.
Okay, rule number 1, pick somebody without a gatekeeper. There's not many, but there's some. Okay, what is a gatekeeper? A gatekeeper is like if you're a girl who wants to be an actor 10 years ago, she's got to go through Weinstein. That's a gatekeeper. So, in many cases. So, okay, there's no gatekeeper. There's no one stopping you. No one to stop you. Okay, what's the next element of a 0 to 1 thing that you can go do where you can begin to build and you don't need a million gazillion to invest and you don't need, and there's a crack in the dam.
Social media.
That's a great example of one.
High leverage.
Yeah, okay?
High distribution.
It has to be that you put in a little bit of energy and you get a lot back. And it has to be something with a crack in the dam. What do I mean by a crack in the dam? Who could explain that? What's a crack in the dam?
Sort of blue ocean.
They haven't regulated.
Doesn't even have to be a blue ocean, but it could help. What's that?
They haven't regulated everything.
Yeah, they haven't made it where you need 50 million certifications and fucking investment money, right? Because you can invest in NVIDIA, but what's the gatekeeper? What's the gatekeeper stopping you from putting 5 million into NVIDIA? The 5 million.
Yeah.
Knowledge.
Yeah, and knowing about it. What's the gatekeeper to stop you from being a world famous doctor?
Med school.
Years of med school, right? And how much is med school? Okay, so what you do is you find something without a gatekeeper, where there's a crack in the dam. Here's what I personally think you should do, okay? I'll tell you what I think you should do. You should decide what you want to do, but I'll tell you what I think you should do. But you can do what you want to do, okay? I think what you do is you use the skills that we build here, learning social skills, going out, chatting people, public speaking. You take those skills. In my view, what you do is you do social media. Why do you do social media? It's a no-brainer. They've spent billions on infrastructure for you. If you were charismatic and talkative 20 years ago, what would that get you? I mean, you better be ready to meet with Weinstein if you want to use those skills, right? You couldn't choose yourself. You need to be chosen. This is something that Seth Godin talked about. So instead what you do is you make a decision to choose yourself. So you use the social skills that you had, you choose yourself. From there, here's what you do. You learn massive social skills. You awaken your brain. Once your brain's operating the way that we've explained here, that you have that strong of a frame, does that make you stand out on social media?
Yes.
Yeah.
How much? A lot. Like how much? A little bit, maybe a little bit. Like how much? You look like a dynamic fucking Marvel superhero. You look like a Marvel fucking superhero, okay? Then what you do is now that basically that dynamic is there, that you are highly dynamic, you are now an asset. Say the word an asset. So personality-driven businesses are not the best because they're not always highly scalable. Like a personal brand, say the word personal brand. Personal brand's not always the best because it's not highly scalable in some ways, right? Because you're always on the hamster wheel creating content and da-da-da, right? Okay, so I don't want to do personal brand because I can't scale it. You don't need to scale personal brand forever, you fucking moron. All you got to do is make 5-10 mil, and then you can just put it in investments. What are you, dumb? Like how single-minded thinking are you? Like Jay-Z, what's he worth? Okay, so how did he how did he get most of his money? Was it from rap? No, he didn't get most of his money from rap. He first did rap, then he did Rockaware, then he did, what was it? He had some champagne or something. Ace of Spades, right? So he had his brand. Look, here's the path. You go, say the word personal brand. Personal brand. Then you go direct marketing. Direct marketing. So basically you just learn how to close, okay? Then, perhaps in some cases, not all, digital products. Digital products. Physical products. Physical products. Okay, so now you have that. Then what you do is maybe you go into investments. Maybe own some companies. Maybe you're on the board of directors or board of advisors on those companies. So then you put your money in that. Like if we actually look right now, I've never even looked this up, and I actually really love Jay's music, but I grew up listening to it. But if you look this up, let's say that we go, say we go ChatGPT, and we go, how did Jay-Z make his money? He also hired instructors kind of thing, right? His Memphis Bleak and Beanie Siegel and all this. Okay, so it starts with music career, business ventures, Rockaware, Rock Nation, Tidal. By the way, Tidal sold for $297 million. Okay? So Rockaware sold for $204 million. I'm not sure if he gets all this.
I think Jay-Z's child is worth more than him.
His child's worth more than him? Okay, because Beyonce's kid. Oh yeah, then you marry Beyonce. That's the end part.
Yeah, I think his child has a bigger net worth than him.
Wild. Okay, so Deuces. Can I say? Hope for you too. So Deuce de Cognac, Cohen with Bacardi. He sold most of his stake in a deal worth $750 million. Real estate, owns some multi-million-dollar properties in New York, Hamptons, LA. Art collections were $70 million. Tech startups, invest in companies like Uber early on. Other tech startups via Marcy Venture Partners. As of 2024, Jay-Z's net worth is estimated at over $2.5 billion, making him one of the most richest entertainers in the world. Now, I guess what we learned here, here's how dumb people are that don't believe in personal brand. I guess what we learned is he made the least amount out of his personal brand. So instead what you should do is own Rockaware and own Tidal and own Douce de Cognac and own real estate and own a $70 million art collection and own Marcy Venture Partners. Don't do the personal brand because that only probably made him a couple million. Where did he get the first couple million? Okay?
Yeah, and how did he have attention on his products as well?
Exactly, right? So you build a brand. That's how you go 0 to 1. That's how you start. Okay? Then get it to where you have enough. Look, all you got to get is maybe a couple houses that give you a payout, whatever you want to get. And then from there, you can spend all your time doing what the fuck you want to do. A lot of y'all would stop there, right? You'd be like, shit, son, I got like 30K a month. I could just friggin' like whack off to porn, eat Cheetos all day. You know, right? So okay, so you see what happens? So what you do is pick something, but here's the thing. What's gonna make you have that personal brand? The stuff that we just talked about. Strong frame and independent thinking, free association. Say strong frame. Independent thinking. A unique perspective. Free associativeness. Dynamic personality. That's how you get it, baby. Say it. That's how you get it, baby. That's how you get it, baby. That's how you get it. Yeah, see, we don't realize the way that my personality is, where it's designed to court attention, that looks on the surface like me as a fucking goofball. That's called entrepreneurship, motherfucker. Right? Okay, so I'm a little wacky, right? That's not a professional. He's wacky. Okay, how about this? I'll wear your stupid ass suit and show up to my corporate job and make 200 grand a year, half taxed. That's a professional? That's a slave. Okay? Highly paid. But still gruel. Okay? Bullshit. Fuck all that, okay? Fuck all that. So, what you do, because also you never take the spiritual journey that we just talked about. It's in the arts. in the awareness, the awakening, that journey that we've discussed for the past 2 hours comes from, the breaking up from the parasite. Remember what I said, the greatest threat is that parasite. More than anything, that one thing is more important than the money. But you try to break it by going, ashram, ekar, you try that, it doesn't work. But you actually become present through action. It forces you to evolve. So what happens is, guys, is you take this journey, and look, I'll give you examples of things. This video is meant to be timeless. This talk is meant to be timeless. But I want to show you how, I'll show you things that today are cracks in the dam, but someday people will laugh and they'll no longer be a crack in the dam, okay? Because they'll get monetized. A crack in the dam can be something like building a personal brand on social media right now. That's an example that today is a crack in the dam that later could be taken over by AI influencers, or you could have a dead internet at that point where it's all AI, anything could happen, right? But right now, today, huge. In fact, when AI comes, personal brand will be one of the last things that will still have some value in many ways because people want to meet the real person. Then what you have is video and social media creation. Did you guys know that there's no course that you can take that would make you more hireable with video and content creation? You can build entire editing houses. Some people will do things like, do the shooting and help with the shooting and the cutting, and they'll build a whole friggin' business out of that. You don't need to have a college degree to do that. Another one could be networking, building a massive network. What if you told me today that you've got this huge network that I could dive into? You'd get free trainings from me. I would just give you free trainings because you have that huge network. How about having a lot of gorgeous female friends? Even a lot of great, attractive male friends that you could introduce women to. Again, crack in the dam, no one can stop you, there's no one blocking you, et cetera, right? So my personal point of view is that this journey is best taken with the following things: amazing social skills, amazing frame, lateral thinking, creativity, seeing the world through your own eyes. Then as you work on that, which you get from going out and working on your social skills, then what you get from there is you scale it. Say the word scale it. Scale it. Now, you scale it in order to get, repeat this after me because we talked about it earlier, multiple ROIs. Multiple ROIs. Okay, so multiple ROIs is where you say, well, yeah, I can go out and socialize, but my personality is evolving. As my personality is evolving, I want to get on camera. You'll get to a point where you won't say shit if you're not on camera. Because you're like, I should be scaling this. Gary Vaynerchuk talks about it. He calls it, what's the word he calls it? Document, don't what?
Don't create.
Say it louder.
Document, don't create.
Why would Gary, even though I actually do like to create, why would Gary say document, don't create?
Create, don't consume.
Okay, guys, Gary Vaynerchuk records everything he does. Why does he record everything he does? Documenting it as opposed to creating a video, even though I actually like to create because I'm a creative.
So you can look back at it.
Think of all these conversations you have with your friends. If you have a unique personality, a strong frame, you have a unique perspective, you're free associative, all the things that we learn in social skills, what's your average, what do you guys think my average conversation looks like? It's not that different from this. So if you just record it, it's like, damn, just dropping gems, right? Because once you unplug from the matrix and you actually start thinking, you start dropping gems because your perspective is hella unique. Yo, your perspective crazy ass unique when you stop being in the dirt sludge. So now you got a unique perspective. And your communication's on fucking point. On point. So, and your frame gets bananas. Your frame is fucking bonkers, bro. So you got this strong ass frame. You're dynamic. You're fun to listen to. You're kind of addicted to listen to. Your perspectives are always unique. Now you're documenting the shit, right? Post. Maybe you master thumbnails and keywords and titles. Maybe you outsource it. Whatever, right? Bam, 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 bam. Money. Money, okay? How do you get the money? Sales. Who's one of the best guys, OG, to learn sales from? Dan Kennedy, John Carlton. Who are contemporaries that do sales now that learn from them? ROGs. Alex Ramosi and me. I'll tell you why, because I don't teach sales formally, but you've seen me do it. And frankly, you'll learn more from watching me do a pitch than you'll watch from reading a book. Think about that. The most valuable part of any seminar that you'd ever see me do would be a pitch. Because you're actually seeing how to pitch. You're like, whoa, this shit's real, dude. This shit's fucking real. Okay? Yesterday, when I did a pitch yesterday, we did a 4-day event here. My pitch was how long? Yesterday. How long was my pitch? Out of a 4-day event, how long was my pitch? A 4-day event, no pitch. How long was my pitch yesterday? Was it actually 5? Who could even name 5 minutes of stuff I said? What was my pitch? Yo, if you want to keep going, talk to me outside. I mean, did I say anything else? What did I make from that pitch? 250. Not a couple million. This room's pretty small. But 250. 250 grand. But guys, that was like me going, if you want to learn more, see me outside. Imagine if I had pitch. You see where I'm going with this? So if my sneeze is a $250,000, who should you maybe learn pitching from? Okay? Hermosi? I love Hermosi, but you know, I'm here too, baby. Okay? I'm here. So you might want to come and learn it. Just watch me do it. You don't even need me to teach it to you. Just watch me do it. So it makes it real, right? So here's what you do. Say the word personality. Say dynamic personality.
Dynamic personality.
Galaxy level frame.
Galaxy level frame.
Seeing the world through your own eyes.
Seeing the world through your own eyes.
Leads to unique perspective. Your own humor.
Your own humor.
Your own points of view.
Your own points of view.
Free association.
Free association.
Gaining energy from work.
Gaining energy from work.
Being a source of energy.
Being a source of energy.
By being tapped in.
By being tapped in.
Then document it, motherfucker.
Document it, motherfucker.
Post it, motherfucker.
Post it, motherfucker.
Build a list.
Build a list.
Okay, this is like your Jay-Z building your rap empire, okay? Then what you do is you learn how to close. So you learn how to convert sales. I teach it for those of you guys coming with me for the year. Anybody who comes to me for the year, I invite you to all the one-day trainings because I do the one-night boot camps. If you come for the whole year, you come for free on all those. And I teach you pitching at that training. So anybody who comes to me for the year, I'll teach you training. But guys, you don't even need to come on the one-day trainings because you can watch me pitch. You've seen me pitch a bunch of times, so you know the gist of it. But I break it down for hours for guys that work with me for the year. But I'll teach you here. It's just that I want to teach you other stuff too. Okay, I'm not gatekeeping. So then, okay, don't panic, guys. Okay, I'm not gatekeeping you. You know I'm not gatekeeping you. I run these fucking trainings from morning to noon and fucking night as long as I can. I'm not gatekeeping, okay? But if you happen to come, there's a bunch of you here coming for the year. I'll show you everything, okay? I'll break it down even more. But for those of you guys that aren't, just watch me do it. All you gotta do is watch me, okay? I can feel the energy in the room shitting. You're like, oh shit, for those of you guys not coming. You're like, fuck, I gotta watch it, okay? Come and watch me do it, dude. I do it all the time. Just come and watch, okay? It's like watching me in the field. Just come watch. How'd you guys like watching me in the field this weekend? Was it fun? Yeah. So just watch me do that. Watch me pitch. So learn pitching, okay? The OGs are Kennedy, Jay Abraham. My favorite personally was John Carlton. Those are the OGs. And then you got the contemporary guys like Hermosi that teach it, or me that I'm doing it. He does it too. He did $100 million off his $100 million money models, right? So he does it in a big way, but I love it. So you learn how to pitch. Why do you learn how to pitch? Because guys, I live in a crib in the Hollywood Hills. Do you know how many creators come to my house and they're like, how do you live here? You only have a couple 100,000 followers. I have 12 million followers. I make $3K a month. Because these dumb, poor people literally believe that Google is going to make them a millionaire. Okay? I'm a Google millionaire. By the way, whenever you see somebody who's rich just off Google Ads, you know what they always do, almost always? They go, I'm one of the few people who doesn't sell a product to exploit people. Actually, you're approved by Google because you say what the overlords want you to say. The overlords are your boss. You're probably keeping people unconscious. Versus somebody who sells something. If I sell you something, who's my boss?
We are.
You guys are my boss. But if someone is monetized and they're making millions from Google, because by the way, they're being selected, guys. They're not getting there with SEO tricks. They're being selected. So, and if they go against the party line, they rapidly get deselected. So somebody's making money from ads and bragging that they don't have a product, to brag that they're not tricking people to make a purchase. What are they really saying? Money's got to come from somewhere. What are they? They're so above the fray that they just don't need to charge anything. They just exist by magic. I exist by magic, motherfucker. They don't exist by magic. Who's paying them? Who's paying them? Say the word overlords. Overlords. Am I right or am I right? Yeah. The overlords are paying them. Look, if right now I just say all these weird ass dumb talking points, go right to the top. So if somebody sells something, that means that you're their boss. They're trying to sell you some good shit that you'll want more of. And then they'll tell you stuff that would help you. But otherwise, they're helping the overlords. Okay, I say overlords is a joke. but it's kind of not a joke, and that's what makes it funny, okay? True said in jest. So it's not like overlord, okay? But the point is people that are in that state of consciousness of, in many cases, disconnected from God and asserting control, that unconscious dynamic, and they're just promoting those products. Okay? McDonald's killed more people than any random influencer ever did. But the point is they'll attack the influencer because it's the little guy, not the big guy in the elites that killed a bunch of people via their products. Okay? So that's how you get the cash. Then what you do, now that you're monetizing it, is you spend 20 years mastering sales. 20 years mastering sales. Why is that? Why do you keep mastering sales, personality, public speaking, charisma? Why do you do that?
To stay sharp.
Stay sharp.
High ROI, motherfucker. High ROI! High ROI! High ROI! Do you understand the return on just getting better at sales? Do you get that? Do you comprehend the power? The power! Do you get it?
Yes.
Being a master salesperson, master charisma. People can take a whole country over that shit. And have. It's kind of scary. Okay, it's bad. So it's literally to the point that you could have that much influence, that many people watching you, that big of a list, and then what happens is that you keep learning about personality. Why do you guys think, are people so dumb that they don't know why I still go out after 20 years? Is it because I just really need it? My PP just tells me, I gotta go out. Is that why I went out for 23 years? People are so single-minded. They're so dumb. They're so in the 3D. What's the higher level why I kept go out? What was I doing?
Winning.
How much money am I making off that? If you go out every day for 20 fucking years, what's your base level personality, voice, and communication gonna look like? It'll look like your version of this shit. Okay? So if I'm able to operate at this level, am I getting ROI from that? Yeah. That's why these fucks, they're like, you should wait till you're 35 and build your empire before you get a date. And I'm like, if the way that you're getting a date is doing cocaine at a table at a club and then fucking coke whores by doing coke together, well then yeah, you should probably wait. If your version of learning dating and attraction is actively cultivating your personality, your frame, your free associativeness, your awakening, and you're actively doing that as you go out, and it's only getting better and better and better and better. You're getting more tapped in, you're shedding the weak parts of you, everything's happening. If that's your version of a fucking, of a dating life, you might get paid off that. And the best part is, what's their response? No, you shouldn't. You should build your empire. What, become a coder? Learn to code. You see this? Like you should build a farm? You should be a bricklayer? What's the main way a brokey gets paid? How did Jay-Z do it? Jay-Z's a real businessman. He's got 2.5 billion. H to the Izzo, V to the Izzy, Rockaware. H to the Izzo, V to the Izzy, The Rock. Okay? So how do you do it? How'd Jay get his first money?
Started with personal brand.
Personal brand. Did he get a personal brand by being Heath Corporate? No, what's he do? Look, if we look at Dr. Dre, right? Dr. Dre now, that he's a billionaire, he's on the board at Apple, owns Beats, billionaire. Now how does Jay-Z talk? Or sorry, Dr. Dre, who I think is an amazing producer. Hello, my name is Andre Young. I believe that the path to success is by being a good person and being charitable. That is why I built this new music school for kids. Anyway, back to my supercard mansion. Goodbye, losers, okay? Okay? How did Dre sound when he was on his come up? Let's see. Let's see what Dr. Dre sounded like on his come up. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, okay. Dr. Dre now, I like my charity. The way you get rich is just do a charity. Hitchhike. That's what you gotta do. Picking them up with the attitude. Use. Up to the lose. And you don't know shit till you've been in my shoes. The OPE, fuck the POLICE, and any motherfucker that disagrees. Ass. Notorious past. Now the FBI's all over my dick. That's how I got his first money. And how good is it? Who wouldn't listen to that shit? Right? So did Dre and Jay get their first $1 billion? Like, I run a charity. I invested in Beats by Dre. You guys know Beats by Dre? Big headphone company. They first built it with Bose, I think, and then they built it with Bose, and then they eventually said fuck Bose, and they built it on their own platform, and they go out rich, fucking rich, and yet he's dressed like a gangster. But Andre Young couldn't be a businessman. He's dressed like a gangster. But where did he get his first money, boys? Personal fucking brand, boys, okay? So, where's the crack in the dam?
Personal branding.
Use your fucking personality, boys. Frame control, unique thinking, personal branding, sales and marketing like Dan Kennedy-esque. Gangster, that's a real gangster shit. Sales and marketing, the highest of levels. And don't let anyone tell you not to learn that shit. You know why? Big corporations propagandize entire countries. They propagandize the entire fucking planet. They build a fucking prison planet to just contain you and make it where you're fucking spaced out, don't know what planet you're on. Okay? You're like the what's that killer whale's name? Who was trapped in the Disney movie? Shamu. You're like Shamu. You're Free Willy. Is it Shamu or Free Willy? Okay? You're like Free Willy. You're like, this is life in this cage. You don't even know what fucking cage you're in. The cage is so deep you can't even see it. You can't even see it. The parasite, invisible. Having thoughts that you think are your own, not knowing that they're not your own. You can't even see it. Just like, oh, why am I tired? Why am I like this? Why do I have approach anxiety? How come when I sit down to learn sales, I just keep wanting to look at TikTok? I need a dopamine hit. Ah! Okay, you guys see where I'm taking this? Yeah. So what you do is you take the journey that challenges you to step up. And you step the fuck up, dude. Step the fuck up, dude. Okay? And then you get crazy fucking creative and you tap into the energy of life, which just like life creates like insects, bats, cave people, fucking trees, plants, bumblebees. Your brain just starts to create. You tap into the fount of creation. We penetrate the veil from the land of the manifest into the unmanifest world of energy that has this little fountain, like the Big Rip or the Big Bang, like that, right? We tap in. We tap into the Big Bang. And what happens is that our creativity begins to mirror that of our Father. It mirrors that of creation. So you actually have that capacity for creativity in you, okay? You really will. Things that will last thousands of years. There'll be things that you'll create that last thousands of years. If you can tap into the unmanifest universe, which means you have to pierce the hole in the veil. That's explaining Christianity. Okay, why does Jesus say you got to keep giving? You have to help people. Help people. What's happening to me? How creative am I here helping you as opposed to if I'm sitting alone in my room? So I'm telling that energy. It's like, you know what this is like? If you're helping people? It's like you're on this hose, right? Like that. How do you prime a hose? You know hose, it's just not coming out? And then you kind of put it downhill. You put the hose downhill, right? And then you suck on it, right? And it pulls the air. What happens once that hose starts going? What are you doing? Say the word priming the hose. How to prime it, right? Jesus is showing you how to prime it. Because what he's saying is give. He's saying forgive. Okay, he's saying get out of that bullshit, that demon shit in the mind, okay? The parasite. So it's priming it. So ironically, the best way to be selfish is to be unselfish, because otherwise you're a black hole. Okay, say this after me, the cup runneth over. Well, how can, that's fucking dumb. That's stupid. You shouldn't take that at face value. How can the cup runneth over? There's no runneth over cup. How can a cup runneth over?
Complete abundance.
Pierce the veil. Say it.
Pierce the veil.
Pierce it. Say it.
Pierce the veil.
Pierce it. Pierce it. Pierce it. Pierce it. Okay, pierce the veil. You ready to pierce the fucking veil, bro?
I'm ready to fucking pierce the veil.
Fucking A, man.
Fucking do it.
We're in it, bro.
Do it.
Yo, do you guys see how much we're in this shit right now? We're in this shit right now. We're in this shit.
We're in it.
We're in it. Where are we? We're fucking in it, dude. For hours, we're in it. We're in the infinite right now. We've opened the portal. What am I doing here this whole summer? What am I doing?
You're opening the portal.
Opening. Even when I'm going, pierce it. You got that? Okay, what am I doing? I'm opening the portal. Okay? I'm going like that, right? It's like there's this like invisible wall here, and I'm like that, right? Like that. Okay? We're opening the portal, okay?
Stop your strange shit.
Fucking opening the fucking head. Like that, okay? The cup runneth over because you pierce the veil and out, okay? And I actually learned all this from my years of going out because I just wanted to be more in state. I'm like a state junkie. So I was like, how do I do this? Pierce the veil, right? Pierce the veil, and then you pierce the veil. That's not a coincidence. Pierce the veil. Pierce the veil. Pierce it. Not a coincidence. Okay? That cannot be a coincidence. I refuse to believe that. So I learned that from going out, okay? So it's just energy management tricks that I learned from going out. Do you also see how deep you guys are in my frame as I keep spitting the frame? Yeah. What's happening? We're in it, right? We're in it. Now do you see how a guy who's ugly and short can still get a girlfriend?
Yes.
Like if we could do this, can we get a girlfriend?
Yeah.
If we could do this, can we build a personal brand?
Yeah.
You see where I'm going with this, right? So I'm showing you guys how it works. So you guys have been out, you've seen the gist of it. Do you guys feel that same kind of feeling even when you go out, you start just chatting everybody and putting a smile on their face? Yeah. At times, right? You come in and out of it. So that's the art form, is learning to come in and out of it, right? So what you do is take what it is that we're doing here and monetize it. Scale it, monetize it. Then when you have enough cash, use these social skills to get around the right people that are super ballers, get around them, and then what's gonna happen is you'll get investment opportunities, get around people that are thinking a bit bigger, put your money in there. It's like how Jay-Z did it. That's the path for most of us that are not born into it. Some people could do it like, they did it through academia, but I think the real rich people, more of them didn't necessarily get there by being like a Stanford professor or something like that, right? Or being like a lawyer. They can do it because actually you can get enough money to put in some investments even as a lawyer in some cases. But generally speaking, you want to self-invest. And so what you're looking for is educational training or just building your own skill set. Okay, so say invest in myself.
Invest in myself.
Oh, that's gonna stain. Well, I've worn this shirt 3 times in 3 different videos. So we pierced the veil. So okay, so I had a feeling I was like, one of these fucking things is gonna spill. Anyway, so all right. So that's God's way of telling me not to wear this shirt in another video. So that's not that. Okay, so yeah. So okay, so look. So we gotta pierce the veil, okay? So pierce the veil, okay? But guys, all you gotta do is get enough cash. Like say you had a couple houses, for example. Now you got enough cash that you can just rent that shit out and you get paid off of it. Or maybe some other investment. Could be a digital asset, could be anything, title, any stuff, right? So that's really what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to show you guys how to utilize these tools to go from 0 to 1, okay? And I've studied personal growth now. Guys, I don't know if you fully understand this. I've been to like every personal growth training I could go to. Like I go to all of them. I'm like a gym rat, but I'm like a personal growth rat. Like I live in, basically I'm either like at the club, you can find me at the club, or I'm in nature, or I'm in a seminar room. That's kind of like, or at a party. That's kind of like how I live my life. So I've been in these rooms for decades now, always learning from the best. And a lot of what you're seeing me doing here is synthesis from learning from the best. It's a lot of synthesis, okay? So what I'm trying to show you here is a way to tie together what we've done here this weekend, okay? That was the goal of this. Do you guys feel like we tied together and kind of made some sense out of what we did this weekend?
Yes. Absolutely.
And it feels there was a bonus week.
What's that?
It feels there was a bonus compared to the YouTube video.
Yeah. Now look at my eyes. So that's the steadiness. You guys have that now. Do you guys see how you have that now? See how you have that? So you're not looking away in fear, right? You guys have that now. That's the power of learning from great people. They will infuse you with that. So you become who you hang out with. Eckhart Tolle would say, and I'm not Eckhart Tolle, but he would say, you have to learn at the feet of the guru, and the guru is a portal of presence. Slits the veil out to you. So do you see how you feel now? Observe it. Okay? You're seeing a path. You're seeing a lane. You're seeing a direction. You're tapped in. So just feel that, okay? So our work together, that we do together, that is intended to help bring you to that place. You felt pieces of it, in and out of it. Pieces of it, in and out of it. But we're basically doing it in that capacity, okay? So that's the work that we're doing together. So, this weekend we did a lot of pragmatic stuff, practical, specific mechanics on social skills and other tools. And then this bit here is more an energy transfer. Now I'm giving you the mechanics here, but I could deliver it in different ways. I could deliver this with a PowerPoint and a bit more straight up. But this delivery vehicle that we use is, okay? And then, okay, that's what we're doing with this style, okay? So it's a specific style. I like to teach in this specific style at some periods. I'll tell you why. Because earlier today we did a more logical style. Why do I do this? Because in a hyper-competitive, hyper-overstimulated environment, this style will do better in a Vegas club or a party or something like that. And a lot of you guys came here to learn how to do that. So I'm showing you the tools up close of how to free associate. You remember what we said about when your frame is very strong? When you know what your value is, you have the pausing, natural eye contact, like very penetrating eye contact, but without trying. I'm not doing this. It's relaxed. You have it too now. All of you guys have it now, actually. It's cool. Yeah. See it? You've been infused. Okay? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, but I learned that. Look, I learned that from being at events, right? Like it's not about me. It's literally about you, and it's learnable. It's like you could learn to play piano. You can learn all this stuff. It's very learnable. I believe that. Like I always feel like sometimes gurus, they present themselves in a way where they're trying to put the separation with you and them as if you couldn't learn it. I'm not saying they all do that, but it can be an unintended effect or perhaps an intended effect. What I'm trying to show you is a regular guy who can, spin some of these things out. So that's what I'm showing you guys. So every single thing that I'm doing here, you can do, right? What's the exact quote from Jesus, by the way? I don't think I'm Jesus, by the way. I just love the quote. He says, "You will do greater works than I." Was that the quote? I want to make sure we have it. People get sensitive if you do a paraphrase with some of this stuff, okay? Truly, truly, I say to you, whoever believes in me will also do the works that I do. Again, I don't think I'm fucking Jesus. I don't want people start thinking that. And greater works than these he will do because I am going to the Father. Okay? And so what that means is like greater works. He says, what does that mean? His miracles, his teachings, his healings. That could potentially mean, this is just off the internet, could mean it's greater in scope by spreading it. It could mean it's greater in numbers because more believers in power. And it could mean greater impact because he at that time was not, famous around the world, right? So bringing salvation, and he said that in motion. So there's different ways that we could think greater works, but that's really like what I'm trying to show you guys this. I'm proud to say that I have clients that don't always return my phone calls. You catch my drift? What does it mean that if I have clients that don't return my phone calls? They've made so much cash that they will always appreciate me, but they're busy as fuck, okay? That's the mark of a real guru. Tell me the name of the clients that you have that won't return your phone calls. Easily, at least, okay? So to me, that's what I'm looking for. So you guys have seen now some of the people that we have here that came to help, right? Do you guys see their skill sets?
Yes.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
Like, is like 90% of why you even believe in what I'm teaching because you saw all them and what they can do?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so too. That's why I always say, I can get you from here to here, learning from me, and there as a leader. When I get you leading, it actually builds me up, selfishly. Because you're like, oh shit, all these other people can do this? This is crazy. Wait, other people can public speak like him, do all the things he's doing, do the things he's doing in the field. So what happens is you see that, you go, oh shit. So my goal, what I'm getting you to do this, look, it took me a long time to figure out this stuff, right? But if it took me this long, what's that mean for you?
We're saving time.
So if you only get to my level, if you're serious about this, right? There's different degrees of seriousness about this in the room. Some people are here more as a hobby, some people are serious. They live it, breathe it, love it. But if you're serious about it, if I showed you the path, then what should you do relative to me?
Exceed you.
You should. You know what my son's greatest pressures will be? They had the knowledge given to them. They're going to have the pressure to expand beyond my journey. And they may not want to, and I hate that for them because you shouldn't have to do that. You should be happy to, if they want to do normal stuff, they should be, that normal stuff can be pretty cool. And I hope that they don't feel pressure to do that, but they probably will, right? But you guys have the same pressure now too. Okay, so in other words, I've shown you a path, but I want you guys to exceed the path. Okay? I've shown it to you, but I want you to exceed it. Can you guys agree to that mission?
Yes.
Okay, give yourselves a hand for that.